Hey guys, Shadowz here. Welcome back to another Gears 5 video. Today we are going to be discussing the Gears 5 campaign with a first look at the new Del Walker character in Gears 5. Del Walker, one of the newly introduced squad trio of characters in Gears of War 4, alongside both JD Phoenix and Kate Diaz, has had the least amount of character development from the first game, with his past life and origins being a shroud of mystery, except from what we know about his upbringing and meeting JD in a boarding school, as they both did follow the same pathway of rising through the ranks of the new COG as lieutenants, serving under First Minister Jinn herself, to joining Reyna Diaz's outsider village, which is where the first game's new story following the original trilogy does begin. During the new COG First character introduction campaign cutscene, Del hasn't really changed from his previous incarnation in Gears 4, feeling like he is just there for the ride, accompanying JD like he has always known his whole life. But I do notice even during this campaign cutscene, which looks to be taking place very early on into the campaign itself, while JD seemed to embrace rejoining the COG forces, both Del and Kate seem to still hold to their outsider loyalty, not forgetting what First Minister Jinn and the new COG government had acted on in the past, dramatically affecting the outsider remnants, with rising hostilities between the two human factions. Within the E3 2018 revealed trailer of the Gears 5 campaign, we can see that the timeline jump into the future has only escalated how each of the characters truly feel, with Del Walker doing a complete reverse to JD Phoenix, as Del continues to live his life as an outsider, separated from JD for the first time in his own life, which you can really tell from the interactions within the trailer itself, that the best friend and brotherhood, that type bond that they once shared, is no longer there. Del, rocking a winter theme variant of the COG armor similar to Kate Diaz's armor, symbolizes even more that as the new swarm enemy threat does begin to descend and invade human cities, bringing war once again back to the planet of Sara. The new characters are really beginning to be changed by it, physically, mentally, and even emotionally, with Del Walker confirmed to be joining Kate Diaz as the new cooperative character to the protagonist. Hopefully we do get to explore Del's character a lot more than what we've been able to play through so far. As you can see in the video right now, we have the new Gears 5 version of Del Walker, outfitted in the blue beanie hat and his winter theme COG armor that he is wearing as him and Kate do travel across the frozen Tundra Lake in last year's trailer. With the white theme armor, you can also see clear as day the new coalition of ordered government ranks, as on Del's right shoulder blade you can see his new corporal rank. Del Walker's Gears 5 official bio reads the following: Del lost both his parents in the difficult aftermath of the Locust War and was siphoned into a boarding school, where he met JD Phoenix. As a young officer, Del was part of a disastrous mission at the COG Settlement 2, which shattered his faith in First Minister Jinn's government. Although Del recognizes the need to fight with the COG in the aftermath of the Swarm's emergence, he is not necessarily thrilled to be doing so, and he is wholly unprepared to learn the details about the Settlement 2 incident that JD has kept from him. Settlement 2 was a settlement constructed by the newly reformed coalition of ordered governments, and at an unknown point during its construction, there was a major clash between the forces of the new COG and the outsiders, which really left the settlement destroyed, which instigated the heightened hostilities between the two factions. Now, while we do know that JD and Del's desertion and abandoning of the new COG to join the outsiders at their home village was based upon the dire consequences of the new COG's actions at Settlement 2, the specific timeline of events was a huge plot hole opened up in Gears of War 4's campaign, as it was used by the new characters multiple times over and over, as it does look like we're finally going to find out the aftermath of Settlement 2 in Gears 5. Now, unlike the other new Gears 5 versions of characters being Marcus, JD, and Kate, whose Bound by Blood promotional posters contain images that are very relatable to the character themselves, explaining more about their backstory and history, the bloodstained, tainted image on Del Walker's character promotional poster doesn't really correlate with Del at all, but the Gears of War universe itself. As you can see on screen right now, the image shown in Del's bloodstained, tainted poster is within a scientific rigged laboratory, showing our first look into space, as we can see a holographic diagram of planet Sara, the two moons of the planet, as well as also the Hammerdawn satellites, which apart from this specific moment was our first time look at space. And Sara is a planet as the COG decided to scorch the surface of the area outside of the Jacinto Plateau on the planet in an attempt to stop the Locust Horde. With Del Walker joining Kate Diaz for the majority of the campaign, it is possible that this is something that they do come come across on their journeys, because we do know, based on the E3 revealed trailer last year and also the information revealed so far, that we will be exploring and transcending many different locations and environments across planet Sara, with this even possibly being a new area unlocked at the New Hope research facility. During the original Gears of War trilogy of games, a few characters across the series mentioned planet Sara dying and as a home not survivable anymore.
We're gonna kill the Locust, all of them, for good. That's what's at stake.
This planet's ruined. Let the grubs have it.
Any way to tell when this was recorded?
There's no date code. Hang on.
They don't realize that it won't save the Locust. Sara's dying, Marcus. The whole planet's infected. It's the emulsion that's killing it. It was always the emulsion, you see.
With the emulsion miracle fuel that sparked the 79 years conflict of the Pendulum Wars, as well as also what drove the Locust horde from underground to the surface on Emergence Day, beginning the Locust-Human War that would last for another 17 years, the emulsion turned out to be a living organism lambent parasite that had infected the whole planet. And while it seemed like, following the events of the emulsion countermeasure machine being activated, that life did in fact begin again on Sara, as we saw with the wind flares in Gears 4's campaign, it is possible that maybe planet Sara isn't the best and most safest viable option for the survival of the human species, and maybe they might have to look to the stars if a tomorrow is always going to be guaranteed. Please make sure to leave me a comment down below telling me what you think. What is your guys' opinion on the bloodstained tainted image seen within Dell's promotional poster, and how does it relate to the Gears 5 storyline going forward? So there you have it, guys, my full discussion on the first look at the new Del Walker character in Gears 5. Give the video a thumbs up and share if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you aren't already. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I shall see you in the next one.